Welcome to week 5, which is really about introduction to spiritual disciplines, things that we put into practice in our lives that help us to connect with God and that are God's means of grace, that by His grace He uses to keep making us more like Jesus. Earlier this year I involved, sorry to harp on about the Ignatian Adventure, but earlier this year when I was doing that, I'm just right at the back door at the SNBC, okay, when I was really involved in the Ignatian Adventure, they'd say, now just sit yourself still with this Bible, with this passage and whatever it was, and just stick with it for 30 to 45 minutes, and just push through the sort of the 10-minute and the 20-minute barrier. And I found that a real discipline, but I found it a really rewarding one, meditating on scripture and hearing God speak to me through it. Not so much analysing it, in fact not analysing it at all, but soaking in it and being questioned by it. So yes, this week we'll be looking at a kind of a wider repertoire perhaps of spiritual practices than maybe you're used to. I'm actually walking down the street for a purpose, thinking, well, one of the things that I sometimes do, I've got a new shirt, well, I put another shirt over my other shirt, about reconciliation. You can't see it, I won't be able to do it, but anyway, interesting stuff. Back to spiritual disciplines. Yes, one of the things I do sometimes, and really ought to do more often, would like to do more often, is just take a little walk, sometimes in a college day, down the street and reflect on what's been happening, and thank God for things that have happened in the day to that point, and ask Him to show me anything that isn't quite right in my heart. Anyway, and then get back and keep going. Just a little bit of time out. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful time this week. You'll also be hearing from Dave Burge and a couple of disciplines that he's put into practice in his life that have been really helpful for him, especially as he faced a kind of a burnout, I suppose. But you'll hear from him on that, and then think about what practice or practices might be particularly helpful to you at this point in your life.